Hey guys, this is James.
And this is Daye from TDB bringing you guys episode 159.
Yes, sir.
159. So we got what do we got here, James? We have some Pu'erh from Yunnan Sourcing.
Yep, from 2005.
From Scott.
So this was sent to us from Boy Chick, who is on Instagram, who takes some very nice pictures. She's based out there over in New York, so thank you to her. She was curious about our thoughts on this tea.
Yeah.
And so Boy Chick's tastes tend to be more towards like the semi-aged or aged Pu'erh. Mm-hmm. And so you took a whiff of this.
Yeah. Wow. Strong.
Yeah.
Yes. Exciting the olfactory department for sure. Olfactory, it's your nose, guys. Okay. So this is some wild tree stuff, some Daye.
Or some Mengku, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Daye.
Daye.
Confusing.
My bad.
Yeah.
2005. So this is going to have a good amount of age on it, so it'll be interesting to taste. The age is showing in the brew.
And I'm going to give this
core 2
rinses.
Yeah.
Not because, well, maybe it's a little bit dirty. I'm not sure. But I just want to get to the meat of the tea quickly.
Amen.
So we will have a smell of this right now.
Cool. Thank you. I'm just going to go for medicinal would be the first word I would say. It's got that funky Chinese herb mushroom flavor going on, herb shop kind of thing.
It's got, it definitely has some of that. It has some woody tones. I think it has some of like that sort of like camphorated menthol in it, which we'll see if that comes out into the taste. It's definitely not a tea that's been like super dryly stored, as Denny has pointed out.
Yep. And a couple rinses will help with that.
Yep. So it's brewing up orangish.
Yeah. But light. I think it'll get darker.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of ratio we got going on here, James.
We have about 5 grams per 70 milliliters.
Yep.
So pretty standard ratios for myself at least.
And I like I've actually adopted this strategy that James is employing right now where you brew, pour, and then drink. So you actually have, you're really leveraging the heat, thermal mass, from the teacup, the energy. You're adding more energy to the actual cup. The heat is retained there. It's getting hotter. This brew is going to be more intense. It's going to be much hotter. We're going to let it cool down when we drink the first cups.
And it also gives you time to like wait for the tea to cool down a little bit.
Yep.
So yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Surprisingly sweet. I'm getting a sort of citrus zest, lemony vibe as a ending note. I definitely also taste the sort of menthol-y thing you're talking about.
I do too.
Little bit, and the front of it is kind of sweet to me, actually. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of body for the first steeping.
Does it taste overly dirty for you?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
or not now. It would only get better, but
yeah, no, I would agree with you. And Denny was describing sort of like that menthol-y lemon thing. Mm-hmm. For me, the tea definitely has those things, and it feels very cool in my mouth. Mm-hmm. So, a very sort of like refreshing tea, even though it's like a little bit older.
Yeah, I agree. Here we go.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
It's still a little bit on the light end, and I think part of that could be the tea that we had last week that is lingering in my mouth forever, or the tea that we just had 10 minutes ago, which was, I think, a little bit thicker than this tea. But it's very smooth.
There's a little bit of smoke in this that I like. It's not super peaty or anything like that, but it's a little bit of smoke.
Some sort of like sweet wood I would say, in the flavor.
Yeah. I'm getting really small aftertaste whispers of like actual pretty sweet fruit, which I think I was tasting at the front of this. Look at that, getting much darker.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was looking at too.
So this is gonna be, I think, just a lot different in terms of the flavor profile here.
So you get a nice smell of this guy.
Yeah.
Interesting. Sort of like sweet herbal candies almost is what I'm getting from this.
Totally.
So
like those, what are those? I was just eating them. Those like cough drop, like those like Ricola lemon herb cough drops.
I like that.
But,
I actually find that to be wild, but also very accurate for this.
Yeah. I mean, not nearly as strong. I mean, it still tastes like some Pu'erh, but you know, you're kind of in that zone a little bit.
Yeah.
This is nice. So, well, in terms of the character of this tea, James, is this the kind of tea that you'd be drinking with friends, by yourself?
I don't know.
How would you characterize this?
It's interesting because it's very smooth, and I wonder. I've been thinking about this tea, and I'm wondering if it's like a good example of something mature to have with friends or not. The taste of it would be very foreign. I'm just trying to figure out if it'd be like the right sort of foreign that's also friendly to someone. Because if you give someone that's new like totally dank tea, unless they're a weirdo, they're probably gonna be like, ugh. Yeah.
Yep.
And this tea is not like that. But I don't know. What about for yourself?
I think this is the kind of tea that would actually require a little bit of experience in the Pu'erh category. Because this is the kind of tea that is aged enough that the age itself is having an influence on the flavor profile.
Definitely.
And I think there are flavors in this tea that in cheaper and younger Pu'erh would be kind of gross, but have developed into a really nice flavor here. And without that breadth of experience of having had some of those gnarly Pu'erhs, it might be a little bit harder to notice. But no, this is nice. It's a challenging tea though, I'd say. You know, I can't. It's a little bit harder to put my finger on the flavor notes here.
Yeah.
So.
For me, I think the main appeal lies in that very cool nature of it. Like in some sense, it's like an older tea, so it's warming in nature.
Yeah.
But it's almost like has that nice contrast of like the sort of mouth cooling and the menthol.
What do you think about the astringency of this, or?
It's got a little bit of bite to it. I'm not sure. It's got a little bit of sharpness, especially in the last steep. It doesn't really rub me the wrong way too much.
No.
So, I don't know. It'd be a nice sort of like maybe daily drink for me. Not totally sure. I still haven't totally pegged this tea down. The price that Scott's asking is, as with many of his teas, very reasonable. It's something like $58 for 400 grams, so a big cake.
It's a lot of tea, guys.
Yeah, so tea that's been pretty decently aged for 11 years now. So I think that's a very fair price for this. So, yeah.
I think this is good. It's losing a little bit of those sweet notes now. The sort of crisp sweetness I think is dying out a little bit, and you're getting more of those sort of older, earthier Pu'erh flavors. But I was noticing, again with the last steeping and less so with this one, these little, I don't want to say like whispers, but little small notes of fruit that are really pleasant and actually like pretty kind of tropical sweet fruit, which is weird in this sort of a brew. So I like that. I appreciate that.
And I also noted in the last brew, as the color has gotten a little bit darker, it's gotten thicker and it's gotten nice and oily.
Most
the first two brews were frankly a little bit thin, and I think part of that was the wooey that we just had.
Sure.
But I've enjoyed the increased viscosity of the tea.
Most definitely, yeah. And bitterness is good. Nice lasting sweetness in the mouth and mouthfeel in general is great. So this is the kind of tea that you can sort of step away from and you're still drinking it. You're experiencing it. This is really tasty, I have to say.
Yeah.
I like it. And I wonder, if you gave this another 5 years, what it would be like, or what. But
Frankly,
right now,
I don't know.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So, cheers. Cheers. Number 4, 3.
This is 5 actually. So this will probably be the last one on the episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, man. God, that was sweet as hell. Yeah. I don't know.
It's a tricky one to peg down because there's a lot of different stuff going down. I would say the thing that has just lasted throughout them is that really nice menthol, cool, lemony things to it, which is very refreshing.
Yeah, no. This is maybe my favorite steeping of the whole batch because there's that herbal, lemony, kind of maybe not too bitter, but a little bit of bitterness bite to it. Lots of little soft notes of sweet fruits and small little things. The medicinal funky herb shop thing is not bad in any way.
Do you like that, by the way?
Yeah, and I kind of come to associate it with these types of teas too, which again speaks to my point about the idea of you might want to be a little bit familiar within this category because that could be off-putting. Yeah. So, and if you haven't had what that means in terms of bad, it's hard to tell what it means in terms of good. Yeah. So, but this is really nice.
Yeah, so maybe for some of those people that are newer to older teas, this would be a better sample rather than like, I'm going to go out there and buy a full cake.
I think so, to get started, but this would also be a great purchase for someone who's, after they've tried it and they like it, to really go for it. I think it's a good value. Scott's great with that. So, yeah, this is tasty. For folks who want to check out Scott at Yunnan Sourcing, yunnan-sourcing.us.
No dashes.
Okay, just kidding. Yunnan-sourcing.us for his US website. And then yunnan-sourcing.com for his...
No dashes. You're close, though. No dashes.
For his site in China as well. Great Pu'erh there. And what else?
Yeah. And where can people find out more about tea?
Well, there's this thing they have called the internet. We're on it. We run most of it. It's everywhere all around us. Yeah, he's actually down there doing sound.
What's up,
so check us out at tdb.org. We do a weekly video where we do a tea tasting. Lots of weekly content as well. Subscribe to all the stuff there. Subscribe to everything. Do it. And then we'll pay you later.
No, you'll pay us later.
Better.
We'll see you next week.
And so with that, we will see you guys for episode 150, 160 next week.
Damn. Cheers.
Cheers.